Hi, this is Christian and welcome to NFL Updates Express, your weekly dose of NFL news. Coming your way, Week 5 predictions. The first spotlight game of the week is the Cincinnati Bengals as they host the Seattle Seahawks in this great matchup. Now the Seahawks, well, their offensive line has been very shaky and that has hurt Russell Wilson's production this season. Jimmy Graham also needs to get more involved in the Seattle offense as so far he doesn't look like the greatest fit in their system. Marshawn Lynch will also need to get healthy for this game and they'll need to run tough with him and Thomas Rawls along with Fred Jackson, who may be out due to a high ankle sprain injury, so we'll just have to see there. The Seahawks need more offensive production, but against the Bengals, it will be tough to do. The Bengals, meanwhile, they're undefeated and they're rolling just about as good as any team in the National Football League. But the problem for them is the playoffs. If they get to the playoffs this season, they'll need to perform at a high level if they want to get the job done. But overall in this game, I see the Cincinnati Bengals defeating the Seattle Seahawks. Dylan's prediction is the Seattle Seahawks. The next matchup is the Washington Redskins as they travel to the Georgia Dome to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Now the Falcons have easily been the league's most surprising team, undefeated with a 4-0 record, tied with Carolina atop the NFC South division. What once was the worst division in football last year is now arguably the best division in football. Oh, a difference a year can make. Wow. The Redskins, on the other hand, well, they are still in contention for the division, and while this may be the easiest division to win if the Redskins can just pull off a few wins, but against the Falcons, it will be tough. The Redskins, well, they have to get their defense playing at a high level, especially their secondary, to match up with targets like Julio Jones, Roddy White, and upstart receiver Leonard Hankerson. Their defensive line, start by Terrence Knighton, will also need to get going because the running back for the Falcons, Devonta Freeman, has been running at a very high level. 6 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks, has dominated the National Football League. Overall in this game, it will be tough for the Redskins to put up any sort of defensive effort against these Falcons, and I think the Falcons get the job done. Dylan's prediction is the Atlanta Falcons. It's a matchup of two teams in desperation as the New Orleans Saints take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the Saints, well, they got a big win against the Dallas Cowboys in overtime in Week 4 when C.J. Spiller caught an 80-yard touchdown, a walk-off, thrown by Drew Brees, who came back from a shoulder injury after sitting out Week 3 against the Panthers. The Philadelphia Eagles, on the other hand, well, they really need to get it going and quickly. Their defense has not performed up to expectations, and neither has their offense. Their defense allowed a big touchdown from Kirk Cousins to Pierre Garçon last week in a loss to the Redskins, and they will really need to beat the New Orleans Saints defense that has really not played as well as they need to. It'll be a tight game with both teams really needing a win, but I think the New Orleans Saints offense will help carry the Saints to the victory. Dylan's prediction is the New Orleans Saints. It's Monday Night Football between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Diego Superchargers. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers, well, they're looking pretty decent, but, with Michael Vick at the helm, they just got to hold on, and maybe when Roethlisberger comes back, they'll still be in contention for the playoffs and can rally. The Chargers, on the other hand, well, they look shaky on both sides of the ball, but had a big win against the Cleveland Browns when the game-winning field goal by Josh Lambo projected the Chargers to 2-2 on the season. The Chargers, well, they'll be favored in this one with Michael Vick not playing as high level as he probably should be, but, Ben Roethlisberger is obviously a top 3 to 5 quarterback, so that will certainly see a drop-off in the Steelers' offense. Antonio Brown will need to be a big factor for the Steelers if they want to win. Same thing for Keenan Allen and the San Diego Chargers. Overall, I think that the Chargers play tough and get the win. Dylan's prediction is the San Diego Chargers. It was the Texans hosting the Colts on Thursday Night Football, with the Colts coming out on top 27-20. After Ryan Mallett got benched due to his injury/performance, Brian Hoyer stepped in and threw a touchdown right before the half on a Hail Mary to Jalen Strong, which was his first catch and his first touchdown. But the big player of the game was Matt Hasselbeck. Fighting through his sickness, he propelled the Indianapolis Colts to a great performance, and also headed by Andre Johnson's return to Houston with his 2 touchdown receptions, Indianapolis got the win. The player of the week is Oakland Raiders quarterback Derek Carr. Now, even though he lost to the Chicago Bears last week, Derek Carr has really played well this season. If he can keep up his pretty solid play and not turn the ball over, then I think Derek Carr and the Raiders might have a shot to make some noise in the AFC. In the Ravens' 23-20 victory, Justin Tucker hit a game-winning field goal. That was the highlight of Week 4. Let's check out the other scores. We had the Panthers over the Buccaneers 37-23, the Bears over the Raiders 22-20, the Jets in London over the Dolphins 27-14, the Colts in overtime over the Jags 16-13, the Giants over the Bills 24-10, the Redskins over the Eagles 23-20, the Falcons over the Texans 48-21, the Bengals over the Chiefs 36-21, the Chargers over the Browns 30-27, the Packers over the 49ers 17-3, the Rams over the Cardinals 24-22, the Broncos over the Vikings 23-20, the Saints in overtime over the Cowboys 26-20, and the Seahawks on Monday Night Football over the Lions 13-10. The upset of the week was Raiders versus Bears, and the most entertaining game was Chargers versus Browns. My record prediction for this week was 9-7. Dylan's was also 9-7. My overall prediction record for the entire year is 40-24. Dylan's is just a game behind with a 39-25 record.